Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today, I'm going to be ranking every single Digital Circus episode from worst to best. And first of all, this is my honest opinion. If you tell me your opinions or rankings in the comments. This is my opinions, okay? Live with it. Okay, anyways, we're getting off track. And second, my last ranking video, which was ranking every 2025 animated movie, went on for almost 30 minutes. So I'm expecting this video to be somewhere around that. So prepare yourselves for a bunch of yapping. Okay, anyways, let's get into this. Starting with episode 5. Alright, episode 5, trust me, it's really not a bad episode, or just mid. It's just not the best. I'd say it's the weakest episode, but it still has some good things in it. Or however you put it together. I don't care how you say it. Anyways, so we get to learn about the gang and who they were in the real world, which I explained in my review for episode 5. Well, it's kind of a combination of 4, 5, 6. The number after 6 and 8, you thought I'd fall for it, didn't you? So anyways, yeah. And I think it adds to all the characters, even in the slightest. Even if it's not much, it still adds to them, which is a good thing. I like character development. I just think we could have learned a little bit more. And yeah, we needed Jax we knew the Breaking Bad reference would happen eventually. We all knew it would happen. Also, the animation is really, really good. Yeah, Jax was funny. Yeah, it was a good episode. I'm not gonna dive into it too much, but it was a good episode. It was pretty decent. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. Alright, now on to the next episode. Alright, episode 8. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of people prefer episode 8 out of all the episodes, which I could get if I actually rewatched it more. Because I didn't start watching Digital Circus until late April of this year. Wait, I shouldn't have announced that. Guys, don't come after me, okay? Anyways, so, yeah. It was a little rushed, I will say. They didn't really give much moments time to breathe. The first 2.5 minutes was just a big scene of this red and blue dot. So, yeah, that takes up I'm not sure how much. I'm not good at math, okay? So anyways, yeah, I think the animation is stellar here. I really didn't expect the plot twist of Kane getting deleted. I really didn't. That was really, really good. Jax and Kane did an amazing voice acting job. You can really tell the shift. You can really hear the shift in their voice, and it's really insane. Also, running the show is peak. I have nothing else to say. No more words. Just a good episode. I'd give it another 7.5 out of 10. I'm sorry. It's just, there are better episodes, but this episode was also pretty good. I would rewatch it. Okay, anyways, on to the next episode. Alright, episode 4 is next. Now, you might be wondering, how come episode 4 of all episodes is better than episode 8? Guys, It's my opinion. Live with it. I think it's nice that they decided to focus on Gangle this time around. And it really adds development to her character. This episode was also pretty funny, I will admit. And they brought Gummy Goo back, which, let's go. I respect that. Although, it was also rushed, like episode 8. It was like 23 minutes long, which was like an entire 2 minutes shorter than the first 3 episodes. Well, episode 3 was 24 minutes long, but that doesn't matter. So, yeah. Also, Gangle and Zubal's relationship was nice to see Gangle, not being tormented 24/7 now. Good. At least Zubal's got her. At least Zubal got her. That's all that matters. Also, I think it would have been cool if Kinger was in Spudsies. It would have made it even more funnier, even if the episode without Kinger was already funny to begin with. But whatever, it's fine. It's not the worst episode. It's not even a bad episode at all. 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10. How's that? Okay. Now, on to the next episode. Alright, episode 2 is next. Now, trust me, this would have been way higher on the list if they did not kill Gummy Goo all of a sudden. It was so sudden. It was basically because Kane didn't want to, he would get confused on who was a human and who was an NPC, and he might accidentally delete a human. But why did it have to be so sudden? Yeah. The animation did improve a little bit, since the pilot, but it could be a little downgrade in some scenes. Also, some scenes were kind of dragging, only a little bit. But overall, it's still a good episode. Yeah. Originally, this was a 9 out of 10, but the sudden plot point of Gummy Goo getting deleted all of a sudden, yeah, I'm sorry, this is going to 8 out of 10. I'm sorry, I just had to say it, okay? Okay, now on to the next episode. Alright, episode 9 is next. Now, there are a bunch of pros, but there are also some cons. So, let's get into it. Now, I think this is probably in the middle of all the episodes. It's good. It's really good, actually. But it does have some cons that kind of bring it down. So, anyways, let's get into it. So, first, I think Michael Kovac, the voice actor of Jax, did a phenomenal job. And also, at the time of recording this, episode 9 is out. I can say all the spoilers I want, okay? You can't change my mind. Okay, so the Jax abstracting scene was, oh my gosh, it was so sad, bro. I was on the brink of crying, but I'm a man, so I don't cry. I'm sorry, that was really corny. I'll stop. Okay, so anyways, yeah, that was really, really, really sad. And watching Jax and Ribbit slowly falling apart, and then with Jax and Ragatha, and then Jax and Kaufmo, and it adds a lot to his character, okay? It's really sad. Also, at least they brought Kane back. At least he's not permanently deleted. it takes more than the void to stop to wait, what? Wait, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. It takes more than the void to take down my boy Kane. But there is also a few cons to this. So, the pacing wasn't all that great, regardless of it being the longest episode. It wasn't even an hour long. Not even in the Netflix version. So, yeah, I think they could have not like drag it, but make the scenes a little longer. Do you know what I mean? Even that slightest change could have made the movie all the better, or even more better. Anyways, so also there were a bunch of things left unresolved. We still don't know anything about a lot of abstracted characters. We learned only a little bit more about Scratch. We didn't see Queenie at all. We only learned what her real first name was. So yeah, I was scratching my head at the end of the movie. But it's still a good movie. But there was one thing that really, really gave me this rating of 8.5 out of 10. They killed Bubble. No, I thought Bubble would return with Kane, but they permanently deleted Bubble. Why would you kill my boy? Why? Okay, anyways, on to the next episode. Alright, episode 1, aka the pilot. This is an actually pretty good episode, I will admit. Although the animation isn't all the greatest, it was 2023. We have better technology now. Well, people use AI now, but that doesn't matter. That's not important. Let's just get back into the video. Okay, so I think there wasn't really much to it. It kind of just jumps you straight into things. But the humor was actually really good. It was actually really good. And it left a bunch of questions, which I respect. If it leaves things unresolved, if it's not the end of a franchise, then yeah, I respect that. Not dissing episode 9, but still, yeah. I don't really have any other words to say. Yeah. On to the next episode. Alright, episode 7 is up next. Now, episode 7, I like the whole plot point. I like the whole plot of the crew trying to escape the circus. But I also like the plot point of the crew realizing that it was all an adventure made by Kane. So people just said that this episode was just complete filler. No, it actually adds to Jax's character. He's on the brink of abstracting. He already did. So yeah, animation is really good. It gave us a bunch of answers, but also gave us a bunch of questions, which, again, about episode 1, I respect. It set up a bunch of fan theories, and it's just a really good episode. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Oh, wait, did I forget to mention episode 1 rating? Oh, yeah, 9 out of 10. Anyways, on to the next episode. Alright, episode 3. Like I said, I have an entire review for this, so I'm not going to dive too much into this. But again, this episode is superb. It adds a lot to Kinger's lore and character. And Pomni's. Although, I wish the others would get a little more screen time. Just a little bit. Yeah. The angel thing was terrifying. Also, I love how they blend the humor, the emotions, the horror all together and somehow make it a fantastic episode. That's really hard to do. You really don't see that every day. Jeez. No duh, Sherlock, you think? Okay, anyways. 9 out of 10. On to the number 1 episode. Alright. The moment you've all been waiting for. Number 1, my favorite Digital Circus episode of all time is episode 6. 10 out of 10. I love the drama of Jax pushing Pomni away, both literally and emotionally. So, yeah, that was really good. It adds so much to Jax's character. Every character in this episode had their moments. There were moments for Jax. There were moments for Pomni. There were moments for Gangle and Zooble. Even there were moments for Ragatha and Kinger with their whole conversation and stuff. It adds a lot of character development to every single character without making the episode feel... I can't find the correct word, but still. Also, the writing was hilarious. Also, the emotions hit you like a train. It's insane. Also, Bubble... I think Bubble deserves more screen time in all these episodes. But still, yeah. 10 out of 10. Fantastic episode. And yeah. Now, one last thing. It's crazy how far we've come with Digital Circus. It's been an amazing 3-year journey, even though I've only been here for like less than 2 months. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Still though, I love this show. A lot of hard work was put into it. Everybody who worked on this deserves respect. Thank you, Glitch. Thank you, Gooseworks. And everybody who created this show. Anyway, like, subscribe. Bye. Reboot as soon as I am able.